In our previous episode, our riders ventured deep into the mountains. They followed winding paths carved along the mountainside. After the long ascent, they found a cafe, perched on the edge of a cliff that served amazing views. But the journey did not end there. Our riders pressed on, deeper into unfamiliar roads, until once again, the scent of coffee found them, and just beyond the bends, hidden within the highlands, another destination revealed itself. Now, our riders are still wandering the woods, deep within the mountains. The trees close in, and our mountain riders below buzz along the dense pine trees. They ride on, quietly wondering if this might just be one of the most scenic roads they have ever traveled on. Of course, there is no one else around to confirm this. No traffic, no distractions, just them, the road, and a view that seems to go on forever. At this point, even getting slightly lost feels like part of the experience. The forest surrounds them, tall trees rising on either side, creating a quiet, immersive passage through nature. The road is smooth and winding, guiding them deeper into the landscape. This journey unfolds within the Cordillera Central Mountain Range, the largest mountain system in Luzon. A vast landscape shaped by elevation and time. While nearby provinces endure the full intensity of summer, here the altitude rises steadily, bringing with it cooler air and a quieter atmosphere, offering a more temperate environment for both land and traveler. And as our riders move through it, they become part of this elevated world, where the mountains define everything. These mountains are more than a landscape. They are part of the greater mountain range, a vital watershed that feeds rivers and dams across Luzon. Rainwater gathers here, flowing through valleys and slopes, sustaining both nature and communities beyond the mountains. Within these highlands live the indigenous Ibaloi people, whose presence is deeply tied to the land. For generations, they have lived in balance with these mountains, shaping a way of life guided by nature. And as our riders pass through, they move not just through scenery, but through a place of history, culture, and quiet significance. Farming thrives here, with vegetables and coffee growing along the slopes. Because, apparently, even crops prefer a good view. The soil is rich, made fertile by the mountain terrain and cool climate, creating ideal conditions for cultivation. And beyond the land, the sky tells its own story. Sunrises and sunsets unfold across layered mountain ranges, each ridge catching the light, one after another. A quiet display, more vivid, more still, and as our riders pass through, they witness not just a landscape, but a way of life, shaped by both earth and sky. It comes as no surprise that roads like these are a favorite among motorcyclists and road trip enthusiasts. Twisting, turning, never boring. It keeps both hands busy and the mind fully awake. Yet, in these remote stretches, connection to the outside world begins to fade. Signal disappears, leaving only the road and the journey itself. It is an off-grid experience, where direction is guided not by constant updates, but by presence and the path ahead. And soon, they arrive at a remote municipality. Along the way, they have crossed into another province. The transition marked not by borders, but by the subtle change in scenery. The road begins to widen, opening up after long stretches of narrow mountain paths. And at last, signs of civilization return. Homes, structures, quiet reminders that there is life beyond the forest. But this is only a small part of the journey, a momentary passage between climbs. For beyond this point, another mountain rises, waiting quietly to be crossed. And so, our riders continue along mountain roads, unfamiliar to them, each turn revealing something new. The journey carries on. For now, they search for a place to pause. After a brief pause, our riders continue their journey, crossing bridges along the mountain road. They transition into a wider stretch of highway, surrounded on both sides by mountains. The landscape opens slightly. Watching the riders pass through wide open, empty roads on flat, solid ground is a rare luxury in the highlands. It is summer, and the river nearby runs dry. A wide riverbed now reduced to stone and dust, as if it has politely stepped aside for the season. It will have to wait for the rainy days to return, when water once again fills its path and movement returns to the valley. For now, it remains still, a reminder of the changing rhythm of the highlands. And once again, our riders are met with very wide roads. A welcome change after hours of negotiating with narrow mountain passages that had strong opinions about space. At this point, they have been traveling for hours. They have crossed from the province of Benguet into Nueva Vizcaya. The landscape begins to shift. The mountains remain present, but now stand further apart, framing long stretches of highway that carry them forward. The ride becomes smoother, more open, as the journey continues into a new province, and a new chapter of the road begins. These roads form part of a major transport corridor, used by buses, trucks, and long-distance travelers. They serve as a vital link between regions. A significant portion of this route supports agricultural transport, with vegetables and crops moving steadily from the highlands to other parts of the country. In earlier years, sections of the road were narrower and more challenging for larger vehicles, with safety concerns, especially during heavy traffic. Today, ongoing widening and improvement projects aim to enhance safety and efficiency, ensuring smoother travel for daily movement and trade. Mesmerized by the wide, open lanes stretching ahead, they look for a place to stop. The road feels different here, like an unfamiliar landscape within a familiar journey. In moments like this, when it is clear that it may be many days before a road like this appears again, the only thing left to do is stop. To take in the moment, to observe the stillness, and to remember the value of simply being present before the road carries them on once more. this is not the end of this journey. And if you're following along, subscribe. You might want to stay tuned, because in these mountains, the next turn is always the one that changes everything.